Hi there, welcome. Okay, so I'm getting ready to do something for the first time. I've been talking about doing this for about a year now, and honestly, I just haven't had the reason to, but now I'm getting more comfortable camping by myself, and I want to extend my camping season into the later fall and maybe the early winter. So I'm trying to figure out how to turn my Subaru into my camper. Let me show you what I've started with so far. What I have back here is this extra storage space, and what I've usually kept back here is all my strappings for my kayak. And since what I'm going to do this first time out, I'm doing a kayak camp, a one-night camp and going kayaking because it calls for mild temperatures, and I just want to take advantage of that. So I took all my extra straps out and I transformed this kind of into my kitchen area. Okay, so now I'm in my sleeping bag. The hatch is closed. And lots of space. I feel level, okay. The board feels secure. I'm pushed up against this side of the car, so I'm not going to be able to slide that way. And yeah, I'm not bumping the seat or anything. So I think this is going to work for a bed. I made an adjustment just shooting this video. My sleeping bag opens to this side, so I shifted my bed to this side of the car. So when I get out in the morning, I'm open and I just swing my legs around and grab my shoes, open the door, and exit. I think I'll have everything in here, and I guess this is how you do it. You just go for it and you just learn. I feel like I have the basics covered, and where I'm camping is only going to be about a 30-minute drive from my home. So it's not like I'm going to be out far away. Like if anything goes wrong, all I need to do is just jump in my car and drive home. But I'm usually pretty determined and I'll gut it out no matter what. So my plan is to head out tomorrow afternoon after work and get to camp, set up camp, just hang out at camp. I don't know if I'll have enough time to paddle tomorrow. I might have a couple of hours, but paddling is one of those things on a river. It's just really complicated to go from point to point without shuttle service, and I could bike back and forth, but then I just feel really leery of leaving my bike at a rustic campground during the middle of the week when no one's around, especially. I do have a lock system, but still, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. So I think tomorrow I'm going to go to camp and just set up camp, hang out, and just enjoy the campsite. I might not get there until like dark or right before dark. And then my goal is to get up bright and early Wednesday morning, have breakfast, take my time enjoying my breakfast and coffee on the river, and then it's going to be so easy to pack up, and then just pack up and launch my boat and head out. And tomorrow my goal is, because it's going to be 57 degrees out, it's going to be the middle of October here in northern Michigan, and I just know that those days are so far and few between right now. So I'd like to do a big final push in the boat tomorrow. I'm hoping to go maybe 32, 34 miles. We'll see how my day goes and how my body holds out. So anyway, I just wanted to show you and share my journey with you, that this is a first time for me. I'm really excited to try it out and see how it goes. So I just rolled into camp, parked the Subie, and now time to get unloaded and get settled in. It's going to be really cold tonight, so I told the husband, I said, make sure I have enough firewood to last me a while. He took me seriously. I got everything out of the Subie that I had stashed for my kitchen. Wow, this is like, this is the first time I've used this car for camping, and I'm like getting really excited about it once I get my hands on and see how everything's working. Because let me show you all the space that I now have for like a real kitchen area. So I took everything out, and now I have this nice big open space that's flat, dry. My hatch is on top of me. This is really awesome. So the first thing I think I'm gonna do is make myself a cup of coffee and head down to the river and check it out. Oh boy, it's only Tuesday and I feel like I've already had a really long week. Lot stuff going on, super busy, and I really needed to get away and just be out here. There is, I think, one other person here right now. I think they're out hunting. I don't know what the season is right now, but they had a hunting rifle and orange on and going out with their dog. So they're parked over there. Other than that, I think I'm the only one here. Like I said, it's a Tuesday, which is what I was hoping, that I'd have the campground almost to myself. So I'm gonna get some coffee going and walk down to the river, enjoy a cup of coffee down there, and then walk around the campground and give you a view of what the campground layout is here. It's a wonderful campground. I've camped here several times, like I said, in the past, and I just keep coming back because I feel comfortable here, and it's close to by everything I like to do: paddle and hike. Oh, and you can bike on these trails. Bonus. So I'm gonna go get some water and get my coffee going. That would suck if I left that on. Well, it'll go on anyway. I did have a mishap with my other MSR burner. Before I had this jet boil, I was camping, of course, and this system right here, I don't know if this handle, it has like these little slots built into the side of the can underneath this. Anyway, I guess it wore out or something, and I wasn't paying attention, and I had it going, and the freaking thing slid down, the sleeve did, and into my burner, and melted this and made quite the mess of my burner. Oh my God, I was so mad because it was just like I wasn't paying attention, or I don't even know what the hell happened. But anyway, the stove still works, but I kept it as a backup because, I mean, just because it has holes, you know, melted in it, doesn't mean I can't use it. But gosh, it stunk, and it was a mess to clean up. So I'm always like paying really close attention. But this jet boil system, it's just more secure, but also it's like brand new. Where my MSR, probably, I was quite a few years old. Now this stove system, I do have a pocket rocket that I use, but they both have pros and cons. Like this one, it doesn't matter how windy it is. This system, this down here, protects it from the wind, so my flame doesn't go out. Where the pocket rocket, you need to put something around it and all that stuff, which is whatever. But with this system, I guess there's an upgrade I could have got, but I can't put a pan on top of the burner because it extinguishes the flame. So, because this cost me a little bit, I just didn't want to run right out and buy a brand new one just so I could use a pan. So I got my jet boil, my pocket rocket to take if I ever want to camp with a pan. But then when I car camp, I just bring my one burner stove. So, you know, you just have to do your thing. That's all I can say. Do whatever works for you and what your activity is. For me, this works right now. So I have to get my coffee going. I tell you, my brain feels really scattered today. I almost bailed because see how fast that freaking thing works? Like right now, it's boiling. I almost bailed today because my day just wasn't working out the way I wanted it to. And you know, that happens so often. I gotta wet my filter. That happens so often, doesn't it? And you just gotta roll with it and just adapt and just stay focused forward. But ideally, I wanted to come out today and paddle before I came to camp. I was gonna go paddle the Tippy Pond, the backwaters of Tippy, because I know the colors were going to be spectacular out there today. But work took longer, and I just felt too frazzled trying to get everything in order. And by the time I got my stuff together, it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And by the time I drove all the way out to Tippy and all that stuff and launched, and then had to drive all the way back here to camp, I just knew I was going to be pushing my luck for daylight hours. And I almost bailed, and I'm like, okay, what's the point? I'm just going to go camp for a few hours by myself, get up and go paddle all day tomorrow. So why don't I just stay home? Screw it. It just seems really daunting right now. But doesn't everything seem that way for the first time? And you know, it's so silly because I camp all the time, and you would think, come on, get with it, because I'm camping in my car. So you can't get much simpler than that. But it's new, and just different things you have to process and think through, like where are you going to pack things and all that stuff. So a lot of times I just overthink things way too much. And instead of just kind of just taking my time and going through the steps and figuring it out as you go. So that's what I'm doing kind of right now. And I still feel a little, So I get my coffee going and walk down to the river. And then I know my brain will just start to relax, and I'll get into my own good space and get some good energy and some good feelings going on and some relaxation. I can hear a bird. I've heard chipmunks. Someone just pulled in. I think they might be going to over there. It's a huge campground. But anyway, I'm going to get my coffee going and head down to the river, and I'll show you around a little bit. Okay, so I just started my walk to go around the loop of the campground to show you. And I come up to the intersection, I have to turn, as it says, one way. And I just got done telling you at the beginning of this what a stressful and emotional week I've had and everything. And I'd come up here and I'd look, and up top of the sign is placed a heart rock. And it took my breath away. A heart rock is a huge symbol between me and my son that passed away 2.5 years ago. And every time I go out on the trail or on the river or anywhere, I am always searching for heart rocks. And when I find them, I kiss them, and either I lay them and leave them at the trail as a gift to my son or a message. or I take him home and I place him at his gravesite. So this heart rock is just a huge symbol to me. And for me to walk away from my campsite feeling really, stressed out and stuff, and to walk up here and see this heart rock, oh my gosh, so powerful. I just had to share it with you because I cannot express enough how much power and connection and healing you can find in nature at any given moment. This was so unexpected. And look, my little buddy. There's one campsite. Well, number 2. Anyway, as you can see, right across from number 2 is woods. And then they have them staggered so nicely because right down here, if you go through this little patch of woods and trees, is number 3. And again, across from number 3, trees. So it's just a really lovely setup. This is a little circle drive that I'm going down right now. And I just thought I'd take you for a little walk through the campground. So I walk around the park checking it out, and this couple says, "Hey, hi." So I decided to stop and hi. And we got to talking about the NCT, and I'm like, wait a minute. Who are you?
I've seen you before.
I'm Allison.
And I'm Joe.
And we're Quiet Glow.
Quiet Glow Adventures is our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I've watched them. Me and Benita were watching them to get ideas of where to hike on the NCT. And they're here. I'm just I'm starstruck.
And because the NCT is right there, which is our favorite place in the world and our favorite campground in the world. And we're so excited about Silver Squirrels' site. And we can't wait to start watching the YouTube channels that she has too. So I'm super stoked because I want to go kayaking too. And so this is going to be
they just found the right person, didn't they?
Yes, I know. We have, kayaking is not on our. We know nothing about.
Oh, and actually,
kayaking.
our kiddo has been. They've been kayaking a lot, so it'll be
Good.
really exciting.
Oh, good! I can't wait to meet them. Very fun. So I thought I'm going to introduce you all to them too. Oh, it's been quite a day, hasn't it? Get my burner stove. This is one of the best things I bought myself. It's only one burner. It's a little Eureka stove, little stove top. But when I car camp, gosh, this thing's been awesome. I wish I could figure out how to put it in my boat because I would love it. But I do have to master the art of just cooking over an open fire and just taking my iron skillet. That'll come, right? A little bit at a time. So I'm going to do the old standby because sometimes I just don't want to think too much and work too hard. That's why I watch the people that go camping and they make these really elaborate meals. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I cook like that at home. But when I'm out in the wild, I just get so tired sometimes. It's I just want easy. There's last time I went camping with my girlfriends, we all pitched in and brought stuff and made chicken fajitas and stuff. And it was grand and glorious and everything. But I told my husband, I said, tonight I'm keeping it simple because I just had too much other stuff on my plate to think about. So, yum, yum. I'm going to get some water boiling. And do me up some noodles. And I did bring a sausage link to add with it, so it's not just pasta. And I have a salad. Oh, that's right. I did get a little more with it. I do have a nice tossed salad in my cooler that I'm going to pull out. So I'm going to get my stove going. Last time I did this, I freaking burned myself. Because instead of using this, I used this. Oh my God, and I couldn't see the flame was on. Holy crap. I was I burnt myself. So, I'm in for a treat, right? Get dinner going. My table looks like like bomb went off on it, but I know where everything's at. So, that's all that matters, I guess. So I'm gonna get my noodles going, get my sausage out, get my salad out, and start my dinner going, and then a fire, because it is getting chilly out. One thing I miss the most when I'm out in the wild sometimes, camping without my car and stuff, no cooler. Sometimes when you're out for a few days, you can't take a lot of fresh produce. You just can't believe how much you start to miss it. I remember when I did the Appalachian Trail section hike. When we got to a place where there's trail angels and there's like fresh produce, you were like, oh my gosh, I wanted that more than I wanted a beer or candy even. Oh, going without produce for many days is hard on me, because I love my veggies. So I got my nice ramen noodles going, nice and hot. Got my tossed salad. And so I'm going to enjoy a nice dinner. Nothing like a good fire in the middle of the woods. I love this campground when there's like nobody here. No, it's nice to have neighbors, but you know how it is with these rustic campgrounds. It's a crapshoot who's going to be here when you get here, but man, this is the best time to camp in northern Michigan, if you ask me. Beautiful, beautiful, mild temps, beautiful color, no bugs, and very little people. Well, it's about 9:30 at night. I decided I better get away from the fire and get in the Subie and try and get some sleep. I've decided that I'm going to call this Subie camping my little squirrel's nest. I think it just fits. I feel like I'm in a little nest anyway. So I have my fleece blanket. I've got my down sleeping bag. I've got my wool clothes on. It's supposed to get down into the low 30s tonight. I've never camped this cold before. I think the coldest I've camped is, I think, in the low 40s. One time I went bike camping and I suffered. No, and it was not fun. So I'm really hoping I don't get that cold tonight. But hey, worst case scenario, if I do get that cold, I'll just jump up in the front seat and turn the car on. But I really don't want to do that because I really need to get some sleep. So anyway, I'll let you know how it goes in the morning. Good night.